am Hugh and I am going to test Galileo's experiment of objects falling of the speed. Well, basically, the speed they fall because a guy called Isosceles or something, who was a Greek, had this idea that items fell on their mass. But it was re-brought up by Galileo in about just over the halfway of timeline, the mid, in about 918 something, and he did an experiment and found out that light objects, it could be a light object and a stone, like a feather not a feather, something quite light, like a piece of foam, and a rock. They will both hit the ground at the same time, as long as they have the same mass. And I'm going to redo that experiment here. So my items are a bin bag, it's empty, nothing in it. See, nothing in it. A playing card. It's a joker, and it's quite small. It's a quite small card. A pound coin. It's quite weighty, as you know. They're quite heavy. It's metal. A USB charge socket adapter. Again, it's heavier than a pound. A crayon, just a bit lighter than the pound. It's orange colour, and it's had a little bit worn away off at the top, but apart from that, it's intact. And for my final object, a Nerf gun bullet. You shoot them out of a Nerf gun, and basically it's quite light, but it does have the plastic tip which is makes it more aerodynamic. So that. So the first object I'm starting off with.
Yeah. Go down the stairs a bit. Go down the stairs.
So the first couple of objects I'm starting off with will be the USB charge and the playing card. They have a very big weight difference because this weighs barely nothing and it floats down. And the USB charge, which just goes thud. So I will drop them from up here. I'm about 5'8", about 6 foot. And let's see which one hits the ground first. There, as you could see, it was quite clearly the socket which went first. See, it's quite
next two.
Quite obvious. So the next two I will do, that rhymes, will be the bin bag and the crayon. They're both quite lighty, and they're about the same level up. So again, the crayon was heavier and it hit the ground. So far, the other guys like the Greek guy, because this acted like a parachute, filling with air.
Okay, your last two.
The final two of my experiment will be the final two I haven't said yet, but I have mentioned. But yeah, the pound coin and the Nerf gun bullet. This will be an interesting one, and after this there's one more pair of two heavy objects. So far there's been a big weight difference, but that was different. They both hit the ground at the same time, even though the pound is much heavier. So for my final two, I will choose the two heaviest ones that have been so far, not including the pound. So the USB socket adapter and the orange crayon. That one was hard to tell, but I think I dropped them at the wrong time. So because this hit the ground first, and that's not what's supposed to happen. So same height up. There. That looked much better than the first time I tried these two. They both landed at the ground at the same time, even though the crayon's mass is much lower than the USB socket adapter. Now